Okay, welcome back to Disco Elysium. Let's take a look at where we're at. So we're mostly a sorry cop. Pretty communist and liberal, a little bit fascist. Don't know what good cop, bad cop 15 means. Does that mean the times I was a good cop? Or a bad cop? I don't know. What else we gotta do? We gotta... a whole bunch of things. Karaoke, find booze, search for the caller, track down my badge, open this apartment door, which is real close, ask guard about the clothes. Kuno lied to you. Return and confront him. Run down the number, call Alice back, get the boots off, ask about the tattoo's possible meaning. Okay, interview the Wild Pines rep. Find money to pay for rent. I wonder what happens if you don't pay for rent. Find a way in the secret passage. Talk to some rich person. Find some drugs. Talk to Morel about cryptozoology. Prove your authority to Titus. Send the body to processing. Buy some pants from Kuno. Find the armor pieces. Now, like I said, this might take a while, like a long while. It's funny. Find your heraldic bird. Okay. Talked about this. Find the smoker on the balcony. Bunch of stuff we can do. All kinds of silly stuff there. Interact. Map of Martinez. A worn map. Let's interact with all the things we haven't interacted with. The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez with directions appropriately touristy. Your year 48 resides in the upper right corner. Trace a path throughout the grid. Your fingers move through the various streets across Rue de Saint Galestlane and Rue Saint Caspe. Finally coming to a halt over the spot where you're currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself. For a more detailed view, go to your journal and map. Put the map away. Okay. Handwritten note from the fridge. A handwritten note from you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It bears some small marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were secured to the refrigerator door. Does it say anything interesting? Lieutenant leads in closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder. This is tangible at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Read the note. Someone has scribbled S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. An illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site memory in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Remind me again, what's a filament memory? It belongs inside a radio computer. It's storing its memory like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Really? Don't you have a single guess? You mean Kuno? Oh, I'm sure that kid would love to get his hands on the filament memory, even if he doesn't know what he'd do with it. He'd probably try to pawn it off for speed based on your encounter. Wonder who wrote that note. Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. A little surprised they just left their property lying here. Maybe they had to leave in a hurry. That's a plausible hypothesis. Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker would be? I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge. Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? Put the note away. There's a mug. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read here, actually. Look at all the content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this in the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your innate ideology. This mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. This mug didn't belong in the trash. This is a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? This mug is an example of prejudice. But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective. Interact with the sandwich. The ham sandwich looks fresh and nutritious in your hand, begging to be eaten. Step back, everyone. It's gonna get messy. Eat the sandwich. Here, Kim, let's share. Hold out the sandwich. I cannot be bought. Throw the sandwich on the ground. Here, Kim, let's share. I'll pass. Lieutenant replies. Thanks. What do you mean you'll pass? I'm not that hungry, and therefore I'm not going to take it. Thanks, though. This isn't about hunger, Kim. It's about camaraderie. Camaraderie? Yes, by sharing this sandwich, you and I will solidify the bond between us. Is it really necessary? It really is. Then sure, let's strengthen our bond. Lieutenant breaks the sandwich in two and quickly eats his half. Friends forever. Sure. Time to go solve a murder investigation. Instant photo of the tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretch across the torso of the hanged man, right from the shoulders to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a white small stars form by their crossing, hundreds of fading asterisks, concentration highest around the heart. Still kind of like a map in the stars in the night sky, but something's not right. What's the meaning of this tattoo? It's for you to discover. Someone who knows history could tell you. Who are you? Gone. Put the photo away. There's a book about cockatoos. A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest found in the Semelian Islands in the southern face à la mer. For their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in the aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues. Okay, what more? This book talks about the delicate nature of tattoos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among bird enthusiasts: the funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and most commonly the bang-bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated. Alright, what problems do these birds have? Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention from at least 2 hours a day. They love to talk. I've been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up. I could handle that. It would be nice to have someone to talk to when feeling lonely. Who would ever want a chatty companion? I want someone who knows how to listen. Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream nonstop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive. Right, that's pretty bad. Anything else? It's not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care they need. These birds will never understand you have a life of your own. Yes, but there has to be something great about cockatoos as well. You're right, cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle up, and show off, and will even scream for fun, as loud as up to 135 decibels. Ouch, that must hurt. Not great for the neighbors. Performing? Yes, birdie. Read about the funeral one. This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name is Ps funeris. Relates to its dark and somber plumage. The bird looks as if it's dressed for a funeral 24/7. There's something indisputably ominous about it. Read about the majestic one. Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its bright-colored wings and flowing crest is embellished around its proud and bumptious nature. In the world of poet explorer Sir James Forner, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, beautiful species. Read about the bang-bang cockatoo. Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in most all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. The plumage is mainly gray and white. Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me. Yes. But all those species are so different. Which one are you? Gray and common bang-bang, that's me. Only the funeral cockatoo in its darkness can truly grasp the depth of my doom-laden soul. Is an office major majestic, here I come. What if I'm just a fuck-up-a-too? A fuck-up and a cockatoo. You're right, you're a fuck-a-too embodied. This sorry-ass bird belongs in your heraldry. Probably doesn't even have a feather and only screams. Put the book away. So dumb. I love how I completed that task. Whatever. Save that shit. Let's go over here and check this door out, since I think this will be a big scene. The door to the Weasel's Den, guarded by a lion-headed knocker. Both have seen better days. Press your ear up against the door. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirping. Carefully knock. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles a sound. No response comes to the apartment. Guess no one's in. Lieutenant, what's your opinion of this task we're undertaking? Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined RCM for, but every day tells me something new about myself. Lieutenant replies, inspecting the padded door. Apparently working with the local union boss to get information on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. So you don't mind if I unlock the door? I mind the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if it gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just tell Everett that we opened the door and leave. No one actually seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Lie to Everett? That's also an option? Yeah, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make your call. Door's right here. You can just open and be done with this. I don't know. You're a pretty good liar. Are you as good as infiltrator as you are a liar? Use the key to unlock. You gotta be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks the most small clack. Thoughts race in your head. There's nothing else to do than leave and tell Everett. No conceivable reason for you to intrude on the premises. There might be some important information in the apartment. I mean, there might be. Let's go the fuck in. Because we already saved it. We can only save scum if we get fucked up. I mean, who wouldn't want to check out this shit? It's more content. This game doesn't have enough content. Magnesium. Small suitcase full of clothes. Guess they're staying over? Hidden words. The hidden world of walking sticks lies open. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag. This is the flag Revitrol, the suzerainty. What's with the sun? It isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the seventh-fold sun miracle. What's the seventh-fold sun miracle? It's an optical sphere. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw happens in the cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This is a complex halio phenomenon. That's how Revitrol got its flag. Lieutenant, the old flag of suzerain. Lieutenant is old-fashioned guy. Old-fashioned means he's very right-wing. Bow down before the flag. Lieutenant does not bow to the flag. He accepts your salute with quiet dignity. Whatever lives there admires the fair-haired fantasy heroes with big mustaches. Colonial mug collection. A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman creating a mysterious symbols. A broad-shoulders man shoveling potatoes and others tapping the mugs. A little ring, though cheerful, the images and ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainfully in the way the curves and lines of the drawings are drawn. I mean, what do I mean uncomfortable? It looks as if like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath he's just making fun of the people. Cynical, slippery bastard. I don't think I like the owner of this apartment. You ain't gonna change someone's mind by calling them a bastard. Lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down for a look of disdain. I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment. Whip out your yellow mug and compare. Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home. Same humor, same mocking lines. There's a missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump the trash, and now they've drawn the ear of the Union. The plot thickens, as you might say. An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Do you think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash? Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter. But still a nice coincidence. Could you ask Everett who this person is once you're done here? Smell disinfectant. Logic. Logic shirt. Save that shit again. That seemed to go fine. Eviction notices and missing pets are placed on top of each other. -1 authority. The auditor. +1 physical instrument. I think I like this one. +1 logic. +1 drama. Okay. Box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Apartment 12. Loud rumbling snore comes from within. Oh, some alcohol. Nice. Moss crawls in those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Some monies. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. This door has been closed with a padlock, a chalk. Drawn number on the board says number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. With a pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters, otherwise you won't get very far. Knock. No reply. That's just break into all the shit. Like every video game, just fucking steal everything. Success! Shackle snaps like a twig and the lock falls on the floor with a thud. After you, detective. Bust of Kraz Maznov. A plaster cast bust depicts the middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name is Kraz Maznov. He was an economist and theoretical historian. He was a lead figure on the grand side of the turn-of-the-century revolution where he headed the 9-day government. Maznov is considered the father of scientific communism, Maznov thought, or Mazanovium. Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Maznov in their bedroom? White star, the photos on the wall. I think we've broken into the apartment of a young Conard. Looks around. How fitting. Father Maznov, the hero of the working class. Salute the statue. Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. He leans closer to inspect the photo of the revolutionaries. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some of you still keep the ideology going, it seems. Photos of revolutionaries with guns. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. Books of critical theory. of them on the monstrosities of capital and such. Flamboyant poster of the White Star. Bullet. Conceptualization jacket. What's my current jacket? Shivers. I like conceptualization. It's usually pretty good. I'll do that one for a bit. Ooh, $7. Wow. Locked door. You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The panel says number 10. Walking stop abruptly, but no one comes to the door. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clacking of heels again. The other side walks right up to the door. Tone is now getting defensive edge. Do you have a warrant? I'm not obliged to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go. You don't have a reason to get inside the apartment. It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason. Number 9 is locked. There's a postcard. More monies. Mailbox is overflowing. Some old lady we'll talk to in a second. A note that reads foreclosed. Waves crashing in the darkness. Someone's torn down the wall. More money. Some Nosafred. An old grocery list on the table and checks. What happened here? You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall. It will still be accessible to the apartment next to it, and that one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here, except the stuff in the fridge. Indeed. Balcony. Alright, let's talk to this lady. Graffito says, firing squad for the rich.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as a bone. She seems to have difficulty breathing.
The coal never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
What you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan in the residence. Looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, to smoke around the balcony. Yes, I know who you mean. This scrawny boy is always smoking like the devil, right? Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. A radio tuned to a talk show, and someone takes a shower. What's he in trouble for? No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk. The cleaning lady starts laughing, but turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. What's so funny about that? He lives upstairs in room number 28. Go to the balcony. One of the doors there. He's usually home in the evening. Thank you. We should go check his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home. Who are you? No, I'm just an old woman that cleans the hallways. Do you live here? If you call it living, I have a room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I complain no. I have my bed, making bones to keep me company. That's all I need for in this world. She hasn't spoken to anyone in a while. Her sentences feel rusty. I have a few questions about those apartments. Ask away, policeman. Do you know who lived in the foreclosed apartment? The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume. Why is there a hole in the wall in the abandoned apartment? Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls. Is one of the residents on vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everybody. Who lives in apartment number 10? No one lives there. It's been empty for months. But I just talked to someone through the door. Impossible. I would know someone had moved in. Then she pauses, eyeing the doorway. Maybe it's one of those counterculture people again, breaking into houses like public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you? Sure, I'll see what I can find. Who lives behind the padlocked door? Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. Suddenly, the old lady's face is beaming. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell him to study astrology. Something to do with the stars around his door. He asked me to leave the drawings up on his wall. You mean the star and antlers? I think that's a symbol of communism. You mean the symbol of what now? Communism. You know, like in the World Revolution? Never heard of it. Are you sure you don't mean astronomy? That's why I said astrology. I see the dumb options. You know, the ones who support the working class against capital. It's not ideology, some noble aims, but it's terrible justice. Symbol for contributing to the minds were noble. You know, the ones who support the working class against capital. Huh. I thought Revachol was the capital. Thanks, that's all. Thanks, I'm off. White thought complete. White morning. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the doll house world. You see him on the snow in the streets, in the little shop in the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A more modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put some more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Zoom out. All MOT learning caps raised by 1. Alright. Bow collector, still training. Zoom out further, look at that. It's super cool. Let's save this shit here. Police, open up. This apartment's supposed to be empty. Did you break in here? Excuse me, of course not. You have plenty of reason to enter. Then open the door so I can verify your identity. Oh, come on. There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked. Well, that was easy. That was smart, Tin says, nodding towards the unlocked door. And take all your stuff like any normal game. A blister pack of medicine peeks behind the box. You should take it. Looks like a fine mattress. Don't be ridiculous. You can hear it swimming with bugs. Ooh, shoes. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. Hypogamma. Real estate agent satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with the Martini Real Estate Associates. I'm not breaking in. I have every right to be here. Keys, see? But there are lots of different keys here, more than 20 at least. Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? You want my residence permit too? Inspect the passport. Feels flimsy in the hands with a word Revachol Special Administrative Region written under nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair alongside all these personal details. Everything seems to be in order. Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to get back in Midtown in an hour. What are you doing here? I needed to get ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenants completely trashed the place. Sounds like they knew how to have a good time. It was some kind of a moribund old man. Used to be a business owner. I think they'd make rent. Said the serious look crosses her face. The story didn't have a happy ending, but that was many months ago. Anyway, is there anything you wanted? Isn't it a bit late to be working? It is. She breathes in and out at the count of 3. Looks like some special stress management technique before she continues. Everyone says that real estate agents don't do anything, but here I am in the middle of the night cleaning up someone's crash pad. So sooner or later, we go over this, the better. Who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hall? Oh, that's a huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned to auction the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how many stupid mistakes this can happen, but Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. There's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? The tenant just ran off with his stuff. Now he's gone. The money's gone just like that. The sum must have been puny. Money's also disappeared, I think. Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I didn't let it. Could have been that much money. Those apartments look pretty shabby. Those apartments are perfectly fine. They have pretty gorgeous architecture. A million real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark. They're affordable. I tell you, Martinez has a future. A few years. It's going to blossom with artists, creatives, and those radio computer wizards. So what happened to the wall? Don't ask me what happened to the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time and resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. Later.
Give me a moment.
Didn't find any culture people in agent number 10. It was a real estate agent setting up for the new lease. I see. I hope some good people finally move in. This place needs them. No one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. Lax women and sexual deviants, that's who will come. Spit. We won't be killing anyone, and you shouldn't be saying things that. You're a police officer. There's been enough killing. I've seen it. She's seen it and knows those who have been killed. You can't ask her? Dumb.
Give me a moment.
Alright. Well, she doesn't want to talk. Fine. Inside the frame of a motorcycle repair and tools. I need to go back. I'm going to try to go back up before nighttime hits so I can talk to that guy. Number 28, huh? Hey there, Piggo.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
Cindy the Skull. The girl stares at the sailboat by the
The
pier.
streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth? Blood type? The last time I was tested for Hep C?
Let's just start with your blood type and go from there.
Where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pigman. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
A brush, an artist, a blood splatter, an urban expressionism. The smell's coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. The red-dyed fuel oil is used in governmental vehicles, or at least that's the idea. Keep looking off the side. What are you looking at? She nods disdain toward the man performing maintenance of the boat docked in the pier. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in the girl's features. The woman on the boat does not notice you staring. Ah, that Ozone whore. Someone's got to keep an eye on her. Ozone is an archipelago 2 days travel away from Revachol. It's moneyed residents used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques rarely have a reason to visit Martinez. Who is she? Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have a feeling she'll be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead and ask her unexpected questions. You know, do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is your best bet. What are you doing to the... Oops. Do you know anything about your recent murder? I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forward to someone else's shit. No storage of squealers in these parts. Actually, there is a shortage of people willing to talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner. We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. What are you doing to the wall? Can't you tell I'm painting a beautiful mural? An aerograffito visible from low orbit. She studies the wall, suddenly pensive. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. So what do you want to write? You ever tried your hand at graffito? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff like pigs go home or Mona was here. We rarely see pigs around here, though. It's just union cads, and my name's not Mona, so... Why are you so committed to facing the building? This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. Thought I'd mix it up, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. I have an opinion. You want to hear it? Yeah? I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have official RCM stamp of approval. She means the opposite. Is that government fuel oil? What'd you think I was using? Aquilarias? Sucked out of a cop's fuel tank myself back in Jamrock. Fumes are bad for you, okay? Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage. So you don't want to talk about the murder, but maybe you could tell something about the murder's victim's missing armor. What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Come on, Cindy, just help me out here. Alright, sad piggy, I'll give you one. I saw a girl in the fishing village run around with some piece of military grade handwear. She looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. She waves her hand in that general western direction. Have a good time. And there was a little girl wearing gloves there? No. That's all the Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you that, what I just told you. She looks at you as a little sad suddenly. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again, darn it. Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way. Catch you later, Cindy. Watch your back. On Galate. I've got my eyes on you. Alright, that's a good stopping point for the episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.